my God. Oh, oh, oh. It feel like say they won't tell us what to we never hear before. To Baba Deya, bless Soli Baba Deya, Sabada Bada 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 Bada.
No be smarting, no be smarting, no be smarting, no be smarting. I said no be smarting, no be smarting, no be smarting. Hey. Looking back to all the years that you and I have spent together, it seems like you've been playing me all along. So many times you asked me to put the whole of my trust in you. So many times you betrayed me and played me for a fool. Why don't we work together so the future will be brighter? Cause it be like you and I, we didn't need each other all the time. All the time. Another year has come, and now you want my trust once more. It be like say you want to tell me another story again. It be like say you want to act another movie again. It be like say you want to go another coding again. It be like say you want to dance nothing you dance again. You want to sing another song again. It be like say you want to go, you want to go. See, all I wanna say is that they don't really care about us. Cause all they really want to do is just to get in touch with big bucks. Cause they think that the money gives them the power. But the power is nothing if your people cannot get quality education. The power is nothing if your people keep dying of disease and starvation. The power is nothing if your people have no peace, no peace. The power is nothing if your people cannot live in unity. Hey. See why you keep on deceiving the people, my brother, my sister. See why you make all these people to them fight one another. Oh no, only God can judge you now. 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 Another year has come, and now you want my hope once more.
It be like say they want to tell us another story again, yo. Well, that's it. That's the song by Soul here, and of course, Two-Face featuring Sohi Babade. Well, just to remind you, well, the program is still the Avalanche. We're not, doing some other things. We've seen a whole lot, and of course, bandits on rampage in the north, kidnapping on the rise in the west and the east. ASU is on strike, and ritual killings is fast becoming a norm in Nigeria. The question is, how did we get here? On February the 1st in this year 2022, a suspected ritual killer, Timothy Odeni, was arrested by men of the Amutajero cause in Ondo State, Nigeria. The 35-year-old was confessed that he was promised 30 million naira if he could produce and deliver human parts to Lagos. And on the 4th of February 2022, 4 Nigerian men were charged with the murder of a 20-year-old Sofiat Kende in a suspected ritual killing case. The men, who are aged between 18 and 20 years, were arrested on the last. Of course, we look at a lot of. They were arrested, and you know that case where one of them was actually dating the girl, and they lured her to a place where they actually beheaded and all of that. I'm sure you're familiar with that story. Excuse me. In the case of Jennifer Anthony, a 20-year-old Moses Oko was also apprehended by the police for allegedly killing her for ritual purposes. Jennifer, who was a student of the University of Jos, was found lifeless at a hotel in Jos along Zaria Road on New Year's Day. Some of our body parts were actually missing. Moses was arrested in Benue State after he fled from Jos for committing the crime. Another case is that of 32-year-old Afiz Olalere, who is a suspected internet fraudster. Afiz confessed to killing his younger brother for money ritual purposes. His younger brother for money ritual purposes. He was arrested during a stop and search operation along Itamaja, that's in Ikorodu Road in Lagos State, by operatives of the Lagos State Police Command. Afiz confessed during interrogation that his mother encouraged him to kill his younger brother. After a herbalist, she told him to sacrifice one life, which must be his sibling. Well, all of these and many more are things we're going to be discussing about. I'm sure you're wondering why we're talking about this. We need to talk about it. Remember, the program is The Avalanche, and of course, this is Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. My name is Samson or Motosho. Good evening and welcome. Well, if you're just tuning in, the program is The Avalanche, and we're discussing ritual killings and the psyche of Nigerian youth. Remember last week we discussed about education and the House of Reps failed intervention. We talked about that, and today we shall go a step further by talking about ritual killings. Ritual killings is on the rise, and it's happening almost on a daily basis. Now, what becomes of a society that celebrates money as a success without an attempt of knowing its root? What becomes of a society that no longer have value for morals and hard work? I ask, what becomes of a society where family values and etiquette no longer exist? How can we halt this ugly menace that is fast becoming a norm and spreading like a wildfire in our society? Well, DSP Harrison Eze, it's good to have you on the Avalanche once again.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Sampson.
Well, he's a retired DSP officer of the Nigerian Police Force, and of course, he's also a security expert. Now, you heard all that I said. How did we get here?
Ritual killing is not new in the country. It's as old as, if not older than the country, but in those days it used to be for religious purposes. Yes, traditional religious purposes. Yeah. You see, they want to do some rituals, and their demigod tells them you just get to get some human heads, not dead body heads, but killed and beheaded and like that. So that was the way it was then. But today, it is majorly for money purposes. Then it wasn't. Like their gods begin to demand, okay, we just need to appease the god of the community, and the blood of a stranger is needed. And you see, they will go into the forest, to a strange community forest, to get a stranger and use such a stranger for the rituals to appease their god. Then the second phase, which is still also very strong and available, is that men sacrifice others for some certain spiritual power. Let me use the word satanic spiritual power and all that. But today, it is on the rise because it is being used to get money. They use people, ritual now for wealth, ritual for making money, ritual for becoming rich overnight. And that is the point where we are. How we get to this place is that the heights and mights are involved. The young man who confessed of being hired to bring human parts and was promised such huge amount of money, who trailed those who hired him? Because it is not a business for the non-well-to-do. It is not a business for them. It's not a business for them. But they could be hired to carry out that operation and to deliver it like he confessed. But who trailed them? Who trailed the people behind that his action? So we got to this point because it is a thing that has gotten to every part of the system. The politicians are involved, the businessmen are involved, those who are looking for extra spiritual strength are involved. Now, the last stage is these young youths who, as a result of some certain things in society, dropped out of school and yet want to be rich overnight, and they see the oppression of the rich in the society. Nobody bothers to say, no, he's big, he's doing fine. And what is next thing? Those ones will begin to introduce some of these things they do by co-opting them to be errand boys. I'm talking about the big ones now.
Yeah.
Co-opting those young ones to be errand boys. From there, those ones get to see in actual sense what they are doing, and they follow suit. And that is how we got to this point today. So once the society does not frown at how you make your money, once the society does not frown at how you become what you are today, nobody checks, nobody looks into it, then we continue to have this problem with us.
Okay.
You did mention that it is becoming a daily occurrence. It happened almost every 1 hour across the country. Ritual killing. Yes. Yes. And these days, it has taken another dimension now. You know, the issue of beheading suddenly is reducing. Now, they kill gradually. Some will be locked up in a place and they starve them to death. Some, yes, it is happening all over the country.
Okay.
And
Now, let me put it to you this way. You are a retired police officer. And of course, you are a security expert as well. Now, how can we solve this problem of ritual killings? Because it has become, like you said, it's every 1 hour right now. It's becoming a norm in our society. You know, you see them get arrested here, and then you see it happening in another place. Now, how can we put this to a halt at once?
at once, no. It is a process.
Okay.
At once, no. It is a process. Now, the first thing is this. Let's stop it from those people who are using it for some other things.
Okay.
Who are those people? The young man that was hired want to make money, so he went into such crime because he want to make money. So it is something that the society will begin to query people. How do you get the money you are flaunting all over the place? How did you come about it? Now, if we don't begin to do that, you see, somebody comes into a community and begin to squander money, spend money, throw wealth here and there. Nobody bothers to check the track record.
They're even on the internet. They're even on social media.
To check the antecedents of such individual. A person who is spending hundreds of millions within weeks and nobody but what is this man's business like? And these are some of the things. And if we don't begin to checkmate such people in the society, it will be difficult for us to get rid of this ritual killing issue. Because that is where it's stemming from.
Okay, well, I have to open the phone lines right now because last week I didn't open the phone lines on time, and I had quite a number of people who wanted to call into the live studio to air their views. But right now you can begin to call into the live studio. I want you to air, just air your view. Let's talk. Let's discuss about it. How can we provide this possible solution to this rising case of ritual killings all over the place? The numbers to call are 0902 280 9257, 0902 280-9257, or you can also call 0916 104 7698, 0916 104 7698, or you can as well call 081 052 6487. You can call 0811 052 6487, or you can as well send me an SMS to 070-3882-5170. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Ade from UI.
Pardon me?
My name is Ade from UI.
Okay, Ade from UI. Please go ahead.
One program. And we have not anything. I'm saying this is whereby in the health people just control and after like 5 people ago. And I thank God not this man or policeman is true. Because I'm not to him personally for my personal opinion. He police are comfortable in this country. See how right, you carry human head now, and you're driving your car by your side. The moment you see the policemen, they don't test your car. It's just maybe 500. Especially the outside. My brother, I radio can carry out research. You make up with but I will have coffee. And the environment. What's going on? So, in something, it's going on in the very true fighting now. Holding a personality. It's not because we hate that. We will present it to the court. When we give. But the alarm now, I just need the outcome. So, for Nigeria police, we have to find out how we recruit them. Nigeria police has to not stop recruiting dropouts, good graduates. They are doing well. If they are different things, put them to I'm telling you, brother, because in the staff are not doing all this position, they are sending people now. They are just picking up those small and them. Those guys, somebody, the leader send them, the politician send them. That's why you see have lawyers. Somebody who kills somebody, who did somebody in the place in your house. From the person still has a lawyer. So this country just that my father man just people are running away from this country. That is your own saving grace, my brother, for now.
All right, thank you so much, Ayo from UI, for calling. Well, thank you for making your point. You wanted to react to that.
Yes, I am looking at the angle he mentioned, the role of the police and this issue we are discussing about now, the ritual killing. Yes, there is a little the police can do.
Okay, let me hold you on. I have to hold you on right now. Hello. Hello. Chief Oyedele from his own kingdom.
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to greet a brother. Please, God bless you. Yes, my brother. I like the way you keep me already. Let's go. Yes. I think it's today more for attention. Not only government, individual. You know, but say your child is not a blood brother. And you see him bringing two homes, you need to raise alarm. But nonetheless, Peter Moran, it's like look at the Boko Haram Peter Moran. They see that they did this, but most of Boko Haram, right from the long age, this one is at the happiness. Oh, it's too much now. Yes, I have the 1,000 of a one poem, which I want to give to the public. So, of Pharaoh of South Africa. Remember, who was a Langula? And that issue, Papu offered a type of victim. President himself offered their day for long boards, run for their ruin. Imagine, she is a king, but thank God that many are still alive. But I want to say that nothing you get to that will last, that will be last. It can be last. Because of no education, no value, no culture, no seniority, in their family, everything has been right. Everything today. Yes, I am now. Anything like that. I made sure that I had to funny. When I say it's going to talk, I want the people to know that the girls from Baku. That's it. But now, none of them faith. It's not a leader, it's job permanent. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you. All right. Well, he made mention of a lot of things, and we wanted to, look at it. But you were saying something before the call came in.
There is a little the police can do now. Number one, I want you to have this understanding that the entire nation is under policed. And even with the little number that we have in the police system, a vast number of them are into private security services. A good number of them are with House of Rep members. Each House of Rep member has got a policeman with him. Now, a vast number of them are with senators, and the well-to-do in society, you will see them. Some of them are on personal guards to banks and so on and so forth. So how many is left to actually do the day-to-day monitoring of the activities of criminals in the society? How many of them are left? That is one. Then two, you see, presently in the system, we will not be able to checkmate a lot of crime because there is deficit of facility, there is deficit of equipment, there is deficit of, apparatus to do some of these things. You understand? Now, that is that. Then, for us to actually checkmate this thing that is going on today, ritual killing, I want you to know that everybody must be involved. The telecom network providers must be involved, and several other establishments, like the hotels. The hotels are some of the places they use now. You see a young man comes in with 2 girls, and when he is leaving, it's only one, and the car drives away from that same spot, and the hoteliers never bother to ask, where is the 3rd girl? Where is the 2nd girl? Where is the other girl? 4 of you went in here, and 2 of you, men and a lady, is going out now. Where are the other 2 ladies? Where are they? So these things are the things that we should look into.
Okay.
So the hoteliers should come to play, the police should come to play, and the telecom network providers, of course, they may cause.
All right. Now, you actually had mentioned some things that I wanted to ask concerning that of the police. And, the students are yet on strike again. And I am so worried about it. We have been talking about, bandits on rampage, kidnappings here and there, ritual killings, and coupled with the fact that we're now having, students have to stay at home for another 2 months.
Idle.
And, doing nothing.
Idle.
Where do we go from here?
I think it is high time the administration, this present administration, do the needful. Number one, the lecturers have been making a request. And some of the requests they are making is not out of place. And the resources to meet this request is there. Instead, individuals are embezzling it in billions. Instead of doing the asking of men who are laboring to see to the well-being of our youths to be educated. So these are some of the things. I think we have to caution our children, those that are out of school now as a result of the strike. Parents and guardians should tend their children, because it is not difficult for them to take to crime. When they stay at home, no provision, they are not doing anything, they can't think of anywhere to go, then a lot of things will begin to crop up in their mind, and somehow they get into the society. The 2 of them are on strike. One is from a rich home, he is using a car worth millions, and the other young man is saying, which one, please, you
show me the way.
Fix me up, let me see what is going on. And at the end of the day, a vast number of our youths are going into crime, and this ritual killing increases by the day. So I want parents, I want all of us to caution our children. Then the government need to do something to fix the problem of the youth in this nation. It's not a difficult thing. If there is political will for us to do it, if there is a political will, we can. The resources are here. It is poor management that is killing the entire nation. Okay,
now I have often heard yes we can, and I also believe in I believe in the growth of Nigeria. I believe in one Nigeria. I believe that we can actually do something about our nation, and to also make it a place where we can actually be. Now, I am actually asking that question because we've seen so many young people who are on the street without a job, who are on the street, who are doing nothing. And I'm sick and tired of hearing, Nigeria, the government are the problem, they are the these, are the that. We as a people, what is our role in all of this? Because when you see a child, a young man of 18 drove in a Lexus Jeep, and the parents celebrate him, the whole society celebrate, never bothered to ask where the money came from. Now this is where all of this have actually emanated from. Now, what is our own responsibility, our own role as a citizen, leaving the government? Because we know, if you talk about government, we've often talked about it. How can we stop this within the society?
I think it's going to begin from our family cycles.
Okay.
If we begin from our family cycles in the way of questioning what is not right that we have found with our children. All right? A young girl who is just in 200 level returns home with a phone worth 520,000, and the parents never bothered. In fact, she was charging the phone, and the mother had to be a security over the phone so that it would not be stolen. She never bothered to ask. They cannot afford such phone for their child. And the child that you sent to school come home with such an expensive gadget with her, and you never bother to ask, how did you come about this? All my sendings and allowances to you cannot afford this phone in the next 5 years. How did you come? So this, we have to start from our home front. But there is a lot that the government can do. We have vast acres of land that are lying fallow. Why not create employment in the area of agric? Why not empower? The only thing we see in the society or in several administrations is when a political dispensation is coming close, you see them, they begin to push out so many things. They are giving out 10,000. They are giving. Will that solve the problem? No, it can't. We have lands that are wasting. The Oyo State, let me use for example where we are, can feed the entire southwest. So we should do something about that.
All right.
And we will curtail this evil.
Okay,
it is because their hands are idle.
And I do mind.
Yes, their hands are idle, so they take to crime. Though there is no excuse to go into crime.
All right.
So they should stay away from it.
Okay, your pattern shot before we go, because we are out of time already.
My part in short, the system should encourage the youths, and those who are older should maintain the ethics of living a good life.
Okay. All right. Well, this is what we're going to call it wraps for today. I most appreciate my guest for coming, DSP Harrison Eze, retired. He's also a security expert. Thank you for featuring on the program.
Thank you. God bless you.
All right, big ups to my studio manager, DJ Scotty, and of course my social media personnel who was actually carefully monitoring the Facebook and of course other social media handles, Olushola Ajao, and of course to the entire engineering unit monitored by engineer Biola, doing a fantastic job. Let me speak to Nigerian students for just 1 minute before I go. They're home right now. Now, this strike should be considered a blessing in disguise. It's time to set out, to different companies and organizations. We've seen a lot to apply as volunteers. You cannot afford to stay home, without doing nothing at this point in time. It may not come with any stipends at the moment, but for now, you can actually certainly get that and, get skilled before you leave for school. Sometimes you wonder why when you finished school and you hear 2 years of experience, that those are the places where you need to get them at the moment. Now, this is the time to acquire that experience. Well, just a food for thought for anyone who cares to actually listen. And of course, for our federal government, for the entire government, well, let me pass my message with this pattern song by the African China, which says, lead us well. Well, next week is another time for us to get to do some other things again. For all our callers and the listeners, thank you for listening. My name is Samson or Motosho. Please stay safe and have a lovely evening.
My drummer, them go show you face for crime fighter. Rich man with sick money, we now they see their face for crime fighter. Tell me something I don't know why. Rich man go they like we are. One man go they shine. Rich man go they like we are. One man go they shine. They gonna lead us well. Don't let this nation to fall inside well. Mr. President, lead us well. If you be governor, govern us well. If you be senator, senator well. If you be police well. Now they take bribe. They lead us well. Govern us well. If you be senator well. If you be police well. Now they take bribe. Well, you know they, brother, transportation not there, and our road is not good though. What about the NEPA people, you get light. Everybody just say Allah. When not they know how we want survive. Many you ready for work, but as work not they know how we want survive. We will be giant of Africa, but to get visa enter Ghana now, yeah. My God, policeman go see white. He go tell you, say I say that thing, I read. Tell me something I do to make one and lead us well. Don't let this tension to fall inside well. Mr. President, lead us well. If you be governor, govern us well. If you be senator, senator well. they take bribe. Lead us well, govern us well. If you go see me, say anytime well. If you do police, police well, now they take bribe. I like the way we can kiss, say the name of the party. People destroying people, now the name of the party. Election for my country, now party. Wayo, arranging money. People wait for them things to the living pain. This not disgrace, I am so ashamed. We don't collect shop permit, collect trading permit, radio permit. You see the bun shop, you want tell me say you don't know when them pay. Why you they make us they live in pain? Make gonna lead us well. No let this nation to fall inside well.
Amutajero, IBR 92.5 FM.
Police well, now they take bribe. Lead us well, govern us well. If you listen to us anytime well. Police well, now they take bribe.
This is Impact Business Radio, IBR. We mean business.
Wallahi, me I enjoy this radio fala. Impact Business Radio, Ibr92.5 with correctness, entertainment, just etc. Everything for here wallahi. Me I enjoy Ibr92.5. My radio call K. No chamu.
You're listening to Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Radio.
Hello there.
We lead. They follow. Impact Business Radio, IBR 92.5 FM.
Always first.
Yeah, man. Uptown, downtown, anywhere where you're there.
Tell them say we're straight, arrow. Tell them the floor tight, narrow. Everything that did I start them borrow.
Nobody can stop me.
Alubarika, from Lagos down to America.
No voodoo, be rebellion. There's a natural mystic blowing through the air.
In tune for the very best of radio programming mixed with business. On a better tune into Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. More fire.
We are black. We are Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. The only business radio in Southwest Nigeria. Don't touch that dial.
Take it outside basket, take it inside Koroba. It's your boy Olamide Bado, and I'm chilling with DJ Scotty. Awen le, awen yon bien yon, awen ni kini, eni la snare.
I can shout, you dele pariwo, moti yo. When I show, for your party yo, demo yo. Ele poche se, no de buga se, no de buga. Ele poche se, no de buga se. What's up, baby, my lotion? We take a run out of it. When you know like it, shadow. Me, I'm not I'm sorry for what you said. But no, if I know it's the money to show. I love it, leba, dolly, forever. You could dig like a coacher. Baby, enter. Get money, could you go paper? You want you a big, but you want a bamba. Wish I beg, oh, she did. Order,
Aquaba, ikebe gas, ikebe tomagana. Oh yeah, seki, never. Abadola, oh yeah, give me pim. Oh yeah, okay, oh yeah. Back booty up for me, yellow pop.
Elle on so baking my love, we baking on that rose. My name is like it
I'm feeling jealous of your papa mele, only your papa mele, and she sending videos to pass her fashion, oh to pass her fashion me. I'm still far from my way. My sins are away. And if you no one pray for me, then keep your energy away. Girl, I feel feeling you tonight. You like to make I shoot on sight. And you can put a flame on me, because the liquor in my heart. Show me that your body too bad, oh yeah. And I'm your only fan. Baby, this your body too bad, oh yeah. And I'm your only
DJ Socks on the wheels of steel.
Tell me if you're ready to tango. I'm your only chance. Baby, this your body too bad, I'm your only I've been looking at your mama, your booty all day. I said I've been shaping it, and now I feel a little like if it up, lucky style all day.
Body like Coca-Cola boxing. If I don't know nothing, I be fumble. But the way I see, where I know you are humble. Everybody see this, but you say you want it. But you ain't like to make a hand. Rain like your feet, I'm proud of. But you ain't no come down with one day. I will let you know what you find back. Up pepper, get them now up pepper. A designer who want that time. Take that step, it will never. I'm for me, wale up pepper. Get them your up pepper.
Show me that your body too bad.